In my very first year of trading, I did what most beginners only dream of. I grew my $600 account to over $12,000 in just 11 months. Every win felt like I was cracking the code. I thought, this is it. I've made it. I figured out trading and I'm gonna be profitable for life. I even quit my job because of how confident I was in my trading results. And then one trade changed everything. In one single day, I lost more than half of my account. I gave back 60% of my account in less than 15 minutes. And here's what happened. I went into a trade way too heavy. I took 10 SPX contracts, and at the time, that was basically my entire account size. I had no stop loss, no plan, and by the time I realized I accidentally entered those 10 contracts, I was just stuck with blind hope that I could ride the trend and make back some of what I lost. But what was even worse is I didn't realize major news was about to drop and the market ripped against me before I could even react. And before I could even react, I was down over 60%. I remember staring at the screen just frozen. My heart was pounding, my hands were shaking, and I couldn't even click the sell button. I kept telling myself, maybe it'll bounce, maybe it'll turn around, but it didn't. And in less than 15 minutes, I lost over $7,000. Nearly a year of grinding gone. That moment was devastating for me. I felt crushed, embarrassed, and honestly, I almost quit trading right there and went back to my job. It wasn't because I wasn't putting in the work. I was studying, I was back testing, I was reading every book and watching every video I could find. But losing that much, that fast, made me question if I'd ever figure out this trading thing. But looking back, that loss wasn't random, and it wasn't bad luck. It was just the result of having no system, no rules, no structure, and no process. And that's the trap that most beginners fall into. I got overconfident, overgreedy, oversized, and wasn't focused. I didn't create a plan and I didn't even put my stop loss, and that was all my fault. That's why in this video, I want to share the exact rules that would have saved me years of frustration. Because trading isn't about being right all of the time, it's about having a system that ensures when you're wrong, you live to trade another day. So let's get into what actually causes beginners to lose money and the simple rules that can save you years of pain. Mistake number 1 is entering without a real setup. Most beginners think movement is the signal. Price is going up, buy. Price is going down, sell. But that's not a setup. That's just reacting. Your signal needs to be specific, a non-negotiable pattern. For me, that means a high time frame supply or demand zone with market structure lining up and a clean candlestick pattern confirmed with volume. If those boxes aren't checked, I don't touch the trade, period. Mistake number 2 is not respecting your stop losses. Here's the thing, every trade should be pre-planned. Where's your entry? Where's your stop? Where's your target? And does it give you at least a 1-to-2 risk-reward ratio? Because profitability in trading is math. If you don't stick to those numbers, you'll never get consistency. Back then, I'd enter a trade, it would go against me, and instead of cutting it, I'd drag my stop lower, whispering it'll come back. But it never did, and it got me at a wider stop loss. And what should have been a small, boring loss turned into the trade that ruined my whole day. Mistake number 3 is chasing moves. Chasing is another account killer. You see the move, you miss it, and FOMO screams at you to get in. So you jump in late, paying inflated premiums. Now the stock barely moves, but your option contract bleeds the second you click buy. Never chase your move and only enter exactly where you planned. Mistake number 4 is oversizing, and that's the worst habit of all. Putting way too much of all your account into one trade. I've done it, plenty of my students have too, and it literally only ends happens one way. One bad trade wipes out an entire week of progress. Then you tilt, you revenge trade, and before you know it, your account's down 40% in a single day. That's why I recommend trading the same position size for an entire month or even an entire quarter before sizing up. When you do increase, it should be a structured decision, not an emotional one. That's how you keep your risk management steady. Now let's talk about why beginners specifically lose money with options. And here's the part that no one talks about. Options trading is a completely different beast than Forex and futures. With options, it's not just about direction, it's about knowing how the option contracts themselves work. You have to know how you make money and how you lose money. So most beginners lose money with options because they don't actually have an option strategy. So you need to ask yourself right away, what type of options trader are you? I buy options and I day trade them. That's my strategy. If you're swing trading or holding until expiration, your entire plan will look different. Did you know that you can exit your options trades? Too many beginners think they're forced to hold until expiration, but that's wrong. I pre-plan exactly where I'm going to exit so I could pre-plan my risk management so I can ensure profitability in the long term. If you're buying same day expiration, 0 DTEs, you're fighting time decay the second you enter a trade. That's why I don't trade 0 DTE contracts. Especially if you're trying to scale up, they're way too risky. The premiums bleed out way too fast. And even if the stock does move in your favor, theta can still kill your contract and you could still lose that trade. Instead, I recommend trading with contracts that have more time value, like next week's expiration. That way, your contracts hold value while you wait for your setup to play out. I like going with further expirations because then I could focus on the technical analysis that I've done in my plan. I could give the trade room to play out without worrying about theta decay. Now let's talk about the downward spiral that most beginners get trapped in. So when beginners blow up their accounts, it's not because they're dumb, and it's not because they don't care or that they're not working hard enough. It's because they're trading without guardrails. They have no rules, no plan, no structure, and the market punishes that every single time. So I'm gonna give you a simple framework so you can flip that around. And this is the structure that I wish my mentor had given me day one. So first, start with a higher time frame zone. I identify all of my levels of interest on the time frame above the 1 hour chart. So identify your high time frame zones starting from the top down analysis. Start on the daily time frame, go to the 4 hour time frame, then the 2 hour, then the 1 hour. Start with your high time frame zone. Next, place your stop loss just beyond that zone and set your target at the next swing high or swing low. Don't take the trade unless it offers at least a 1 to 2 risk reward ratio. And for options, pick expirations with enough time, more than enough time. Pre-plan your stop and your target and place those orders before you enter. You could use a trigger with a bracket, meaning you could put a buy limit order with your stop loss limit order and your target limit order before you enter the trade. That's it. It sounds simple because it is. And in trading, simple is what actually saves accounts. But here's the thing, even if you've got zones marked, even if you're disciplined with risk to reward, emotions always find a way to sneak in. And honestly, emotions ruin traders faster than any bad setup ever could. And that's why I put what I call guardrails around myself. Think of it like bowling. When you're a kid, they put bumpers in the lane so the ball doesn't end up in the gutter every time. Guardrails do the same thing for your trading. For me, it's simple. I don't take more than 3 trades in a day. If I lose 2 trades back to back, I'm done for the day. If I lose 4 trades in a week, I'm done for the week. I don't use any 0 DTEs and I don't do any full pour degen activity ever. Going all in or chasing 0 DTE contracts is the fastest way to blow up your account. Steady and slow really does win the race in trading. Since that experience, all of my focus has been on keeping losses small, managing risk, and building steadily. I don't swing for home runs anymore. My targets are tight, my setups are clean, and my risk reward is always 1 to 3. That's what compounds. And I'll be honest, when I first started, I didn't have any of these rules. If I took a loss, I kept clicking. If I had a bad day, I doubled my size the next day because I was desperate to recover. And that's how accounts die. Not from one bad trade, but from the chain reaction after. Execution, not knowledge, is where accounts live or die. You could know your setups inside and out. You could mark your zones perfectly. You could plan your stop and your target. But when it comes time to actually click buy or sell, that's where most traders fall apart. So let's talk about these bad trading habits that are rooted in emotions. First, impatience and jumping into your trades too early. I can't even count how many times I've done this. Price gets close to my zone. I know I should wait for confirmation, but I get antsy. I don't want to miss it, so I click early, and 9 times out of 10, the market punishes me for it. You know the feeling. It's almost like it waits for us to enter, runs our stop, and then moves exactly where we planned. That's our impatience. It's your brain tricking you into thinking activity equals progress. But what's more important is understanding that patience is active. Patience is a choice. Staying cash is a choice that could preserve your capital and avoid losses. On the flip side, there's also hesitation and freezing at the buy trigger. I've had moments where everything lined up. The zone, the candlestick pattern, the context. But instead of executing, I froze. I waited for one more candle, one more sign. And by the time I convinced myself, the move was gone. And that one hurts the most because you knew it. You did the analysis. You had the plan. You just didn't pull the trigger. And that ties into fear and cutting your winners too soon. You might be fearful when you're in a good trade. It's working, but the second you see a red candle or your P&L flicker, you panic and you exit early. You breathe for a second, at least you made something, but then you watch price run straight to your planned target without you. That stings because it was proof you were right, but your fear still robbed you. And I'm gonna explain why this happens. Think of it like the matrix of bad trading habits. Every decision you make in trading, whether it's rational or impulsive, writes code into your brain. If you break your rules and happen to profit, your brain records it as success. That's faulty code in your brain. So the next time you're impatient or tempted to drag your stop, your brain whispers, "Remember last time? It worked." And just like that, you're trapped in the loop. Here's how to break free from the matrix of bad trading habits. These are the exact tools that saved me. And I'm gonna be real with you. I did all three, and sometimes I still do. Impatience, hesitation, fear, over and over. But what finally saved me wasn't a new indicator, and it wasn't a magic strategy. It was journaling, writing down not just my trades, but the reasons why I entered based on technical analysis, and also my thoughts and emotions at the time. And that's how I started spotting patterns in myself and the charts. I realized middle day consolidation made me very fearful and impatient, and I'd cut out my trades too early. Whereas if I was more patient, 9 times out of 10, those trades would have hit my full target. And by identifying that pattern, I'm able to adjust my exit strategy so I don't make that same mistake again. Another thing that helped me a lot is hiding my dollar P&L. I stopped staring at the dollar amounts and focused only on the chart setup and the technical analysis. Because if you're watching money flicker up and down, emotions will take over every single time. What worked really well for me is commitment experiments. So for 30 trades straight, I forced myself to use one exit strategy. No tweaking, no switching, just gathering data. And that gave me a ton of clarity and evidence of what actually worked. And I realized my targets and my exit strategy worked more than the emotions I felt in the middle of a trade. in the consolidation. So now I know, follow my strategy and be patient when I feel those emotions in the middle of the trade. So now I'm gonna share with you my no loss checklist. So if you want something practical to take away, copy this down. Before the market opens, mark your zones, check ATR, and plan 2 scenarios. Only enter if you have 3 confirmations. I use the zone being tested plus a candlestick pattern plus context, and stick to your guardrails. Max 3 trades a day and stop after 2 losses. Pick one exit style and don't switch it up for 30 trades straight. Journal every single trade, wins, losses, emotions, rule breaks. Here's what not to do when trading options. No adjusting stop losses to give the stock a second chance. That's just hope. No holding losers because of hope. No holding winners after your exit criteria is met. Greed will eat you. No buying cheap out of the money contracts. Cheap doesn't mean good. No chasing a trade just because you missed the first entry. Wait for the next valid one based on your plan. No adding size beyond your pre-planned max risk. No degen activity. No going full port hoping to double your account in one trade. No forcing trades that aren't there. Simply put, enter for a reason, exit for a reason. Your plan should be set before you enter the trade and not adjusted during the trade. And don't be afraid to take profits early, but follow your exit strategy. If you wait for what everyone else is doing, you'll end up where 90% of traders are, failing. So join the 10%. This is what separates gambling from trading. So when I say how not to lose money, I don't mean you'll never have a losing trade. I still have red days, everyone does. What it really means is your losses are small and controlled, and your winners are structured, and you never let one bad day wipe out your entire week. If you can stick to 30 trades with this framework, zones, stops, risk management, guardrails, and journaling, you will feel the difference. Trading will stop feeling random and start feeling consistent. Now, if you're ready to actually build your first trading plan, step by step, the best video to watch is this one right here. That's where I show you how to set everything up from scratch if you're a complete beginner. Click it and I'll see you in the next one.